Hi, everybody, and welcome to Saturdays with Sharmila. Every week, Sharmila thinks about a relevant and interesting topic so that we'll all learn something and that it will be of interest to us. And this week, she's chosen parenting and passion, our children's passion, and how, as parents, we can support and accept their passion and guide them on the right path. So, Sharmila, I'd like you to start telling the audience a little bit about this.
Hi Nandini, hi
Hi.
everybody. A quick thing is I have figured now all the kids, in fact, who are here in the lockdown and are not going back and are doing everything online. So I'm looking at them, and a lot of them are just doing courses because they want to get into a particular college. And then they look at the courses in the college and decide, no, I want to go here because they want to be in that college, which is fantastic. If somebody
Yes.
gave me an option of doing something and wherever, any Ivy League college, I would love to go, or any other college. I have seen with my own daughter, Sham, who, after begging her to go abroad to study, did not go. And she said, no, mom, I want to do what I want to do in my line of work.
Yes.
So she landed up getting into doing her marketing and media thing,
Yes.
and then got a scholarship to go to this college in Hyderabad where she became the entrepreneur. It's for women entrepreneurs. She was the youngest one who got in there. And I realized this has a career forward. You
Yes.
see? So
Yes.
she was interested in that. She got into that and she did it. Shan was
Yes.
always very good in
Yes.
marketing, business management, that kind of thing. Not in the MBA level, but in normal live business management. So I feel today kids, even her batch, have gone abroad, done a course in something or the other, but after 4 years have come back and looked for a job and couldn't get a job. Because if you do things like maybe say sociology, or you do things like, English literature, unless you're going to be an author or you're going to be script writing,
Yes.
so you have to be clear. But
Yes.
I have to say, kids, when they're coming out of school, have no clue what they want to become. They
Yes.
have no
Absolutely.
clue what their future is. So as parents, I feel if you guide them and say, look at so and so, she's done really well. Look at this option, she's done really well. Look at option, she's done really well. And I feel their passion. For example, Shan's friend, I'm giving you another example. He
Yes.
was the captain of squash in Cathedral. He was the best squash player ever. So he got into a school, which college in America, which promoted his squash.
Yes.
Today he is a champ there, teaching squash, giving classes in squash, and made a career of it. Yes, Suparna knows. I think Shan got in touch with her,
That's
and
wonderful.
she's doing so well. So it's a passion along with studying.
Okay.
So
That's
I feel follow your passion,
yes.
but of course, not always. I mean, if you're brilliant and you're going to go to Harvard and do business management, but then have your passion on the side.
Yes.
Don't forget your passion.
I
Maybe you're
agree
good
with
at
you.
gardening, maybe you're good at photography, maybe you're good at golfing, maybe you want to travel the world, anything. But I feel we in life just tend to go towards where the money, where you're making money.
Yes.
Make
I
money, but
totally
have
agree
your
with
passion.
you. Yes.
Yeah,
So my
that's what I
son, my son went to King's College for business studies.
yes,
And in his
yeah.
last year, he knew very clearly that he was going to become a full time art of living meditation teacher and follow his passion for music. And 20 years later, he's so happy. And I'm so glad that we, as his parents, accepted and encouraged. And look, I'm very,
Yes.
very sorry for not introducing our two wonderful guests, Malini Agarwal and Suparna Motwani, who have very sweetly agreed to come on board and tell us about their experience as parents. So, we're talking about passion and our children's future. So, Suparna, will you tell me your experience of this with your child?
So mine are still young. I mean, my daughter's 16, my son is 12. Both discovered passions very early. Arvan my son in squash. He's also a squash player,
Lovely.
which I guess I don't know whether it'll ever turn into a career, but for now it's a great passion and hobby that keeps him very focused and, on a path. My daughter Alia has actually had a passion for music since a very young age. And we took a very bold decision when she was in the 10th grade in Cathedral, and we sent her to an art school in the US, a boarding
Wow.
school. to do a dual program of academics as well as music. And the reason I call it a bold decision is because while we've always supported her passion, being in such a rigorous curriculum like a school like Cathedral provides, it was always sidelined a little bit. So she was always struggling with finding a balance, but over time we realized that she really does work hard and she deserves for us to really encourage and let her grow with it. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, she's back in India now, back in Cathedral, has to probably graduate from here now, seeing the climate the way it is. But we do encourage her and support her fully to go to a music school for undergrad, and she, because of her exposure to a dual program, has realized that she does want to do a few liberal arts or business courses as well, more with the idea that she should be, tomorrow employable at a Spotify or in iTunes or and
Yes.
but having said that, her first goal, of course, is to be a performer. So I think I don't, for me, because it's just the journey is just beginning. I don't know whether I wouldn't be able to say that we have taken the right decision, but the thing that I do believe very strongly is that if you have a talent and if you have a passion and if you really do have the grit to take it forward, then I think you should be allowed to. Because as Sham said, studying a liberal arts degree is wonderful. It's a beautiful degree. If you don't have any specific goal, you don't know which direction you're going, it's a lovely four-year program to explore the world and to discover yourself, etc., etc. But you do need to do a master's after that, or you do need some direction then to kind of hone in your career, unless you do business or mass comm. So there are, I mean, the US provides with a lot of options, as does the UK. But I think with us as parents, because we've seen this in Aliyah, in my daughter, we just decided that it's a lot to do with her being very sure of herself, that we are fully supporting it. Yeah.
Very well
But I
said,
have to say
Suparna.
one
That's
thing,
it.
Nandini.
When your
I
child
have
has
to
a
say one thing.
passion, it makes it easier for you as a parent. Yeah, sorry, you were
Yeah.
saying?
But now Suparna, as a parent, has really encouraged her daughter in holidays. Also, she's taken her to schools abroad, and she's gone forward with her singing. So you have to encourage that from when they start their passion.
Yeah.
Irrespective, tomorrow she doesn't want to sing, and she wants to do something totally different. But at least she tried her passion. Yeah.
Because at age 12, 13, they kind of go through a phase where they don't want to do anything, they change their minds. Those are the years that you need to pull them through because they're talented. Otherwise, okay, let's call it and move on.
Yes.
Having said, just to finish before Malini speaks, I just want to add that I do strongly believe in an education. So I don't want to discount the liberal arts program or any other program. In fact, Aliyah is so excited about learning that I think she will go to a four-year program that will give her both. We're hoping for that. So I do strongly believe that that rounds you as a person as well.
I agree with you.
You have
And
to
it's,
go.
Yeah, so I really think that Sahil going to do business studies and finishing United World College and then going on to London actually has supported his career. Like when he teaches, I know that he takes a lot of examples from there, and it does balance you. So I agree with you, Suparna, that alongside with your passion, it's good to also be at a certain age to live your life.
Yes.
To do both, Sharma.
Yes. No, that's exactly what even Shan did. I mean, she wanted to do only that business entrepreneurship course in Hyderabad. I said, no, you have to finish college because there are other things in college that you learn.
Yes.
You're growing up in those years.
Yes.
You have to learn to be with a lot of people, different languages, different backgrounds. So and you suddenly may have another passion in college. College may suddenly teach you something else, which you'll say, oh my God, I want to become an artist. Because if your creativity is there, it will always be there. So you have to just guide that thing. Sorry,
Yes, absolutely. You talk a lot, Sharmila talks a lot about like broadening your mind, constantly learning new things. And I feel even if you have a passion, you can still be learning. And that's very important for every human being, to keep your mind fresh and young. And Malini's also talked about this a lot. So, Malini, thank you so much for coming to us today and speaking on Saturdays with Sharmila about our children's passion. And what has been your experience of this?
Thank you so much for having me. What I wanted to say is that I think as mothers and parents, we realize that our kids, each one is different. I mean, I have two, and both are so similar in certain ways and yet so different.
Right.
And I think we need to understand what they really want, we need to expose them as kids to various things to understand what is it that they really, because sometimes they're too young to understand what is it that they really love or want. Or so, like, say, example, I've had a sort of a sporting background, so I used to take them for their swimming training when they were kids, and then after a while you let go and say, okay, is it something that they're really good at? Is it something that they want to do? Is it something they want to excel at? So there is a point in which you let go and say, okay, it's really doing well, we push it.
Yeah.
We support them. We help them through. Or let go, okay, no, this is not happening. In the same way, I, in my own little way, exposed both of them to music. One played the clarinet, one played the flute. So, even if they don't become musicians, at least they have that understanding and that feel for music. Today,
Right.
they want to hear the opera, they want to hear, various types of music. So I think exposing them to various things is important as a parent.
Yeah.
Also, I think academically, it's not always important to be a great academician to be good, to be successful in life. So I think it's important to understand what it is that child wants to do, or maybe or will be successful at. And I think if they're passionate about something and they take it as a career, then they're going to be really good at it. Because if they are not, then there are many others who are passionate and will obviously be much better.
Yeah.
So it's important to really feel strongly about something when you do it. Both my children, one knew very early what she wanted to do, and my son flowered later, but both basically did a fair amount of degrees. And I said, now what is it that you want to do finally? So they both took very different turns. Like Rishika had always wanted to be a lawyer, and then finally she said, no mom, this is not for me. I mean, she was 10 when she said she wanted to be a lawyer, but finally she said, this is not for me. But then she did her MBA, and now she's consulting with McKinsey.
Okay.
With Abhimanyu, he also did a couple, did his MBA, did his CFA, etc. He's an engineer. So he has gone in the finance line. But having said all this, it's worked with them in this way. To be an academician, today there's so many opportunities available, which wasn't there. For us, we used to have X, Y, Z.
Yes.
You have everything. Today, being a professor is a big thing.
Yeah.
You can be a professor if you're into academics. If you're not, you can do 100 other things. I remember little Shan just coming out of school and making bags.
So well. Wow.
So it's something. Then what I felt is that I did also was, I mean, I don't know whether it was right or wrong, but we tried to give Rishika different internships when she finished school, when she was in college. She did Radio Mirchi and different things, so that just to see, what is it that they really love. Yeah. Having said that, in our own experience when we were kids, we have a Shamak, from our class, who has done so well. Had he not been encouraged at that stage, I mean, today, look at him. What he's done with his life. So we have to see the positive. Fabulous. And see what's good in the kid and the child. I mean, it need not be academics. It could be anything.
Absolutely. Yes. So Sharmila, thanks Malini. What you're saying makes a lot of sense, that expose your child to as much as you can, and then allow them to choose and then support them in that. So Sharmila, what would be 3 things that you would say to our audience that would be helpful to them with supporting, encouraging and guiding their children?
See, one of the things I would definitely say is sports. Yeah. So a lot of boys, and all of us sitting here have kids in Cathedral. Yeah. All of us, if you notice that Cathedral really pushes the sports angle.
Yes.
I feel the boys definitely need to get into that. So if they get it, boys, when they get into a sports angle, their friends are also people who are in sports. They meet because there's some sport thing, some football in the world, something. So that's encouraging. Sports is a big thing.
Yeah.
For girls, let me tell you, today, Nandini, there are so many options. I mean, I know a friend of mine who's a rocking DJ abroad in America. She's a
Wow.
DJ in the night, and in the day she teaches young children. So she's educated to teach those young children, and in the night she's a DJ. So there are so many things. I mean, I have another friend of mine's daughter right now. I've just figured she's the most amazing artist. She makes the most beautiful sketches.
Wow.
And she's actually studying something totally different.
Yes.
So she has to figure out this is a passion that she can even make money with because it's fabulous art,
Yes.
or she can just continue doing whatever else. So today, whether it's makeup, hair, you see everybody's making money. The person who comes to blow dry my hair today has a business, you know. So I mean, you want to become a chef. I mean, a friend's daughter is making the most amazing cupcakes today, and I said, you know what? She wants to go abroad to study. You should send her to Cordoba. Tomorrow she can open her own restaurant or her own bakery.
Yes.
You know, but you
Yes.
have to let them try at this age now,
Yes.
because they may say, "Listen, we did it to put it on our CV, or we did it for the fun of lockdown," but she did it. She
Yes.
made it a business.
Yeah.
So you carry on and do what you have to do. But in life, I feel like these COVID times, if you have no work, you have to have a passion.
Yeah.
If you don't have a
Absolutely.
passion, whether it's watching sports, watching movies, learning. I mean, I've done 2 courses from Harvard this whole lockdown. I mean, I'm just saying to myself, we've had time to do that. So you want to learn and learn more. You have to expose your children to things that not only you have been born and brought up with. That's very important. Because what you have been born and brought up with, you think they should do that. No, maybe they have. Malini's family comes from, her father was an Olympic swimmer. Malini not a full sports, Rohit and Malini. But her children didn't want to do that. Her children wanted to do something else. So
And you have to allow them that. Yes.
You have to allow them that.
Yes.
You have to allow. Suparna has headed magazines and so good in the media business. She's run big organizational projects that have opened.
Yes.
Not necessarily her daughter may become the biggest singer, who knows?
We don't.
And if not a singer, she may do something else, you know.
We
But
don't.
like I said, you got to do your college. In
Yes.
college, do something that interests you. Don't go to college because college is something that you have to finish. So take a course in college that you're interested in.
Yes.
Then the kids also want to do that course. And in the meantime, follow up with your passion.
I
And
agree.
this comes from a guidance of a parent.
Yeah, so this is what Tasha did. My
And-
daughter at 15 wanted to join the movies. I felt at 15 she's too young. So in college she did film studies and script writing. And then by the time she joined, she was old enough to handle it's a very tough career. But you know, she was sure about that, and so many years later she's still doing that. But at 15, I genuinely thought it's too young. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Suparna, you were saying something.
No, I was saying, I just want to add to what Shams is saying. I think as parents, and for me, like I said, we're just in the middle of our, like, beginning our journey, so to speak,
Yeah.
me and my husband. But I think for us, one of the things that we think that we need to give our children is an opportunity to study enough to be employable. I think it's very important, especially in our culture where we grew up very entitled, and our children grew up without meaning to being very entitled, just because of legacy and inheritance, etc. I think what's really important is that they should definitely be employable at any point in their life, because you never know.
You never
And I
know.
think my Aliya's stint in the US has taught me as a parent that it gave me a big break or a reality check to realize that it is such a joy to see a child enjoying to learn. I don't think I had experienced that. I'd experienced it for myself. I don't think I'd experienced it the way I experienced it through her when she was in the US. So when she's come back into India, even though the IB program is a very tough program and very rigorous, I can see her enjoying it. And for me now, it's not about the grades. It's not about chasing this
Yes.
this number. It's really because I think that if she goes through education that she enjoys, she will always continue to learn, like us, like
Yeah.
how Shams is she's learning, and a lot of us want to continue to learn all our lives, and that is really the biggest strength one can have. So
Yes.
as a parent, I think if we manage to do these two, we're done with our bit.
Yes.
I,
Malini,
I
anything?
agree. I agree. I also feel that when the kids are younger, sometimes they take a time to find their own, themselves. And,
Yeah.
you know, to get them to get confident is the most important thing, I think. Because very often somebody's coming first, second, somebody's not, you know, that to get them to
Yes.
get confident, and which means that if whatever they're good at, like Abhimanyu, he was a good sports person. So, you know, with his karate, with his swimming, you know, he had that confidence, which I feel, I don't know what he thinks, but I feel sort of reflected on everything at the end of it.
Yeah.
Because that
Yes,
confidence,
absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
Very
it
important.
sort of carries on with
Confidence is very
everything,
important.
Yes.
Yeah.
you know. I think, and so whether it's music, whether it's art, whatever that child is good and shines in, that sort of reflected glory sort of goes onto everything that they are doing in their life.
Wonderful.
You know, it sort of helps them with everything.
That's wonderful. So Malini says a child must be confident because then that reflects on everything they do. So Parna gives two very, very important points. One is whatever they do, they must be employable. And secondly, if you enjoy your studies, well,
Yeah.
that's 98% of the battle won. So Sharmila,
Yes.
before we end, would you like to say something to our audience about our children,
You know,
their passion and supporting them?
okay, you know, I have one question. A lot of people I saw, which is Shan's batch, which is like Malini and mine with the same batch. A lot of the kids who went abroad to study got in, they have the options of colleges, then they get into a college, okay?
Yeah.
1 year later, they don't like the college. If your child is not happy in a college they are in, change it.
I agree.
Yeah.
The child cannot suffer for the next 2 years or 3 years in an environment because the parent thinks it's a damn good course and they should be in it. You know,
Absolutely.
you should actually look and see if the child is happy, they will study that course. If the child is happy, they will want to progress in that way or in their passion, whichever way. Friends along the way make a big difference. If your child suddenly says, I don't like Chicago because it has too much of a winter and it's dark at 4 o'clock and I feel very gloomy, that is also something to change your child's college for, because mentally they're not liking it. So we have to, and I found a lot of parents who understood this, change the college. But a lot of parents who didn't understand it, didn't look at it. They said, no, now you've joined, now you finish. You know, I find that was wrong. So that's my one thing to say, that see what your child is saying.
I agree. I agree with you. What do you think?
There's no
Suparna?
one rule for every child. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
when my son went to boarding school, and it really helped him. And, you know, sort of flowered, played a lot of sport, did well in. So a lot of people ask me, is it the best thing to do? I said, it was good for him. I cannot say a rule is good
Wonderful.
for everybody. It's
Absolutely.
each kid is, you know, the mother or the father would know best, because are they ready for it? You know, it's a very different thing for each child.
Yes. Yes.
There's no
Suparna?
rule that is good.
Yeah, I think, yes, I do agree that it's important to see that your child is comfortable. Having said that, I think that should be also a very important decision when deciding the college.
Yeah.
I think the mistake that a lot of parents, even in my generation, are making is not really experiencing it. Like how Sharmila mentioned, I have taken my daughter to colleges since she was 12 to do summer schools, etc. You know, Cathedral has been very supportive of that too. And most schools are, because they realize how competitive it is. I think it's really important to see, especially in today's world, the kind of support you have around your child who's going,
Yes.
the financial implications for you as a family, the location that your child is in, how quickly can you get there. There's a lot of hand holding when a child goes abroad.
Yes.
That
Yes.
I think is so
Yes.
more than just. So we do have some of us do have this habit of a quick fix. and we all tell our children that no matter what, come home whenever you want, you can always come back. But sometimes there's some merit in a child just roughing it out, giving it a fair shot, and of course if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I feel on the flip side to what you're saying, Shams, is that there's also a lot of giving up very quickly, because you see, when we went to college, it was a huge novelty to be abroad. I mean,
Yes.
Now it's not.
Yes.
Now
and
it's not.
McDonald's.
Now it's
Those were the exciting things.
Yes.
We could go clubbing. We could have freedom. Our children have all that here. They
Okay,
don't
guys,
need
we
to.
have 2 more minutes, huh?
Okay, sorry. So I
No,
don't
don't be
think.
sorry. What you're saying is
But
very, very important.
my single point is that yes, we must support our children at any point, and they should know that they can always come home or change. But we should really push them to make that effort and to push themselves to kind of adjust and settle down and make it work.
Yes, this is absolutely right. There are
Yeah, yes,
as
child to
Malini
child,
said, there are two
child to child.
sides. It's different
Yeah.
for every child. We have to, as
different
parents,
for every child.
handle it very
Absolutely,
instinctively.
absolutely.
Yeah. Because for
And
one
the whole,
child, if you force them, it's not
the whole
good.
Ivy League chasing or any tier 1 school, like Malini said, if your child can thrive in that situation, you will know.
You
Don't
will
push
know.
them if you think that they can't because you want to have party talk. That's going to give you like sleepless nights for 4 years. So it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Yeah.
Absolutely agree with you, Suparna. So before we end, Sharmila, will you just give us a quick wrap up?
I think, like we all said, we all had our points which were amazing.
Yes.
Malini's kids are doing really well.
Yes.
Ashan is settled right now.
Yes.
Suparna's daughter's got a super career in front of her, and her son is amazing at tennis. And I've
Yeah.
already seen Shan's friend Manik do so well with tennis, but of course he may do something else. That may be a passion. But I only say study to get a job, like Suparna says, so that you're employed,
Yeah.
and have a passion which you can follow for the rest of your life.
I agree.
Whether it's playing an instrument, whether it's art, whether it's golf, whether it's a sport, have a passion.
I agree. I think that's what has helped my children, my two children.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
passion. Passion goes a long way because then you enjoy
Yeah.
everything. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Suparna. Thank you so much,
This is
Malini.
Thank you.
so much for having me.
Pleasure.
It was
Thank
just
you.
love.